Hey, what's going on, Libras? Butch here. I'm going to do your May read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what do we have for Libras? What's going on for Libras for May 2023? Going on for Libras. All right, Libras. So the first thing I see is I feel like this energy I'm getting is it's someone you already know. I feel like it's someone you already have a connection with. But I feel like with this person, it's very back and forth, very hot and cold. You know, I feel like with this person, I feel like in the good moments, it's phenomenal. You know, I feel like, you know, you're nurturing with each other, you're protective of each other. You know, you have each other's backs. And I feel like you have a very good friendship on top of the romantic part. But I feel like that's in the good times. In the bad times, I feel like you don't feel like this person is being honest with you. You know, you feel like they're hiding something from you. And you're right. They're not being honest with that Queen of Swords in reverse. And with that Seven of Swords, you know, I feel like there is something else going on with this person. You know, I feel like I do feel a third-party energy. You know, and I feel like this person has someone else in their life. You know, or at least are leaving the option open for someone else in their life. I just feel a lot of... I mean, I feel like when you're together, the bond couldn't be stronger. It's when you're apart that causes you that anxiety. The sleepless nights. You know, and I feel like it causes a lot of issues between you. And I feel like it's going to continue to cause a lot of issues between the two of you. You know, a lot of chaotic energy with the two of you. It's... like I said, I feel like the good times are great, but the bad times are really bad. And I feel like there's no real balance between the two. I feel like it shifts back and forth. And I don't feel like either one of you are really getting what you want from this all the time. You know, I feel like that anxiety leaves you feeling defeated. You know, and I feel like I said, I feel like when they're around you, you feel good. You know, things are great. You feel like you're exactly where you should be. But it's when they're not around you that you feel like they're up to something. Excuse me. Feeling like they're not really there for you. They're only there for you when they're physically there for you. And now with this person, I mean, I feel like with all that, I feel like there's a lot of negative thinking. You know, I feel like you're looking at the negatives to the positives. My God, I wish I could stop coughing. But like I said, it's like making a pros and cons list when it comes to this relationship. You know, the pros, you have an amazing connection. You know, I feel like, I feel like the physical is on point. You know, and when you're together, the emotional's on point. but it's how you feel when they're not around you. It's how you feel when they're not giving you attention. I feel like this person's very intelligent. I feel like they're, they're very good at what they do. Like I said, with that trickster energy, I feel like this person, and I'm not going to say they're trying to play you for a fool, but I feel like they think they're smart enough to hide their secrets from you. Now, like I said about this other person, I feel like there is a third party, or at least they're leaving it open for someone else. I do feel like they're saving a part of themselves for someone else. I don't feel like they're giving you everything they have. And then, like I said, I feel like when you're apart, your intuition is telling you there's something wrong here, and your intuition is right, and you should trust it because there is something wrong. I don't feel like this person's completely committed, no matter how much they tell you they are. I feel like it's very immature. What they're offering you is a very basic, immature, emotionally relationship. They're not offering you anything stable. They're not offering you any solace to when you're not together, or they're not offering you any correction of when they're not together. I feel like this person, when they're not with you, they can be distant at times, ignoring you, ghosting you. I feel like, but when they're with you, it's something completely different. I feel like that's the hardest part with this. I feel like I said, I feel like there's definitely a part. Finn, my brother's dog's here. But I feel like when you question them about it, they get very defensive, and they're very intelligent, so they kind of turn it around to making it seem like you're crazy. Like they're not doing anything wrong. Finn. Like they're not doing anything wrong, and it's just you making this up. And I feel like they kind of, it's kind of a gaslighting energy. Like they're making you think that you're crazy, even though they know that they're up to something. I feel like the biggest problem with this person is they're not exactly sure what they want. And it's almost like that grass is greener on the other side mentality with this person. It's like, yeah, they enjoy this, but I feel like there's parts that they don't enjoy. I feel like the chaotic energy, the fighting, I feel like they don't enjoy that part, but what they're not realizing is that they're one causing it. Like it's like, as long as they're keeping you on the outside of their self-imposed prison, they're expecting you to be there when they want you to be there, but they aren't giving you much reason to be there when you're not there. And I just feel like this person isn't ready to take that leap of faith. And it's not to say they never will. I just feel like it's almost like it's very kid in the candy store mentality. You got this kid and you tell them they can pick one treat. So they pick up one treat and then they walk down the aisle a little bit and they see something else they might want. So they put the treat back and they pick up this other treat. It's like they don't want to make that decision, because once they make that decision, they feel like it's final. And I don't feel like you're going to get everything from this person until they make that decision, or until they accept what's right in front of them. And like I said, it's going to be a fight. And I'm not saying they're not going to change. I'm not saying that this isn't the person that you're meant to be with. I'm just saying, until they figure it out, I don't feel like you're going to get a lot of answers from this person. Do it with that what you will. But like I said, I don't feel like they're being honest with you all the time. I feel like they are hiding things from you. Now, I feel like there is a third party, but I don't feel like it's like they're cheating on you. I don't feel like they're with anybody else. I just feel like there may be somebody else that they have interest in, or someone that has interest in them. But it's almost like they're keeping their options open. But another part of this that really, I know this is going to get confusing when I say this, but there's another part of this. Even though they're keeping the options open, I don't feel like they want to go anywhere. Now, it's a curveball. I mean, this 8 of Cups in reverse is a freaking curveball. Because it's like they're keeping their options open, but there's no intention of doing it. There's a part of me that feels like this person just likes the attention. They just like to be wanted. And they want other people to want them. They feed into it. But they don't want to walk away from you. Because at the end of the day, I feel like they're happy. You know, when the good times are good, I mean, I feel like they're as happy as they could be. And they're kind of liking that. So I see a lot of happiness, a lot of emotional fulfillment. But like I said, I mean, I feel like this person, they need to grow up. And I don't like to say that to people, but very immature energy. I mean, I think the good times are great. And I think that you could really build something on this. You know, I really see a strong future in this. But until they change, it's not going to move forward. You know, if you want this to move forward, they need to change. And, I mean, a part of me, when seeing that 8 of Cups, a part of me thinks that, I mean, this isn't a lost cause by any means. You know, I do see the possibility of change. And I do see, you know, with that change for movement. But right now, it's not on you. It's on them. They got to figure this shit out. Like, they're all over the place. And like I said, when they're with you, it's great. You have great connection. You know, it couldn't be any better. It's when they're not with you that really throws this off. You know, I mean, with this person, we have some Virgo, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. All I could think of was my buddy. This guy that we kind of hang out with. He's been with the same girl for 10 years. And she's always talking to well, my ex now, but she's always talking about how she doesn't understand. We've been together 10 years, but he's not making her any real commitment. They don't even live together. And, he's always flirting with girls, but I can say one thing for the guy. He's never cheated. That I know of. And he's the type of guy who would tell you. But he likes the attention. And he feels like if he moves in with her, or if he gets married, or, commits to her, that all that's going to stop. Or at least all that he won't be able to appreciate anymore, or he won't be able to accept. And I'm like, dude, you're with a perfect girl. Like, she's awesome. You guys are great together. What's better than that? And he's like, well, I don't think there is anything better than that, but if there is, I don't want to cut off, and it's just, and I actually gave him the same analogy. He's a kid in a candy store. I said, you got the best candy in the store, and you're still looking for something else. I said, you got to make a decision, man. And we had a talk one night, and he's like, I think she's getting fed up with me. I'm like, it's about damn time. She's been with you 10 years, and you're not committing to her. They're not, like I said, they haven't lived together. I mean, they stay at each other's places all the time, and they're, as far as I know, he's loyal to her in the sense of the word. Like, he doesn't go out on dates with other girls. I mean, he flirts once in a while. I mean, I guess some people consider that cheating, but he means nothing by it. I've seen girls come right onto him pretty girls. That if he was that type of guy, he would have took advantage of it, but he didn't. Some people just think differently. They're just built different. But like I said, I mean, like, he said, I think we had a long talk, and he's like, I think she's getting frustrated with me. And in my group of friends, because I do tarot, because I've shaken the toxic masculinity that I grew up with, because I'm a grown-ass man, a lot of my friends come to me. They tease me a little bit about tarot. They call me the love doctor sometimes, and they tease me about it. But when they need advice, they come to me. And he said, I think she's getting sick of me. And I said, I get sick of you. And he's like, so what do I do? I'm like, just make a commitment to her, man. I'm like, she's been in your life 10 years. Like, almost 10 years. You know, she's a sweetheart. She works hard. You know, she takes care of you. You know, she's nurturing. You know, all the things you're looking for. And I said, there's a reason why you've been with her 10 years. You know, if it wasn't the one, you wouldn't have been with her this long. They don't barely ever fight, except for when she's pissed off that he hasn't made a commitment to her. And I'm like, what else do you want? And he's like, I don't really know what else I want, because I pretty much get everything I want from her. And he said, I couldn't imagine my life without her. I said, then you need to smarten up, make a decision, because if you don't, you may have to deal with a life without her. Because sooner or later, some guy's going to come along and see how special she is, and he's going to make her the offer she's been waiting for. Now, it can be you, or it can be them. But right now, it's your choice. Right now, if you go and tell her you want to be with her, you know, let's move in together, or, you know, get engaged, or whatever, or even just make her a solid offer, she's yours. It's that simple. There's so many people out there that are lonely, that want to meet someone like her, that want to meet someone and have that special person in their life. There's so many people that are lonely that don't have anybody, and you got the special person. You take it for granted. Now, it hasn't been that long since we had the conversation, so I don't know if it's stuck, if it's sunk in. I chalk it up to toxic masculinity, you know, that want to be wanted energy, that, you know, that alpha male energy, you know, keeping your options open. But when, like I said, I've seen girls hit on him and he tells them he has a girlfriend. So why tell everybody else that you've got a girlfriend, but not tell your girlfriend that you want to be with her? You know, I don't get it. For all you women out there that can't figure out men, trust me, a lot of us men can't figure out other men. You know, but like I said, it's funny how life works that way. You know, I know one of my friends, you know, she's a girl, and she always asks me questions about men. I'm like, you're talking to a man that, like, I consider myself an evolved man, and you're asking me questions about uninvolved men. You know, and you're asking me questions about these guys and why they do the things they do. I'm like, sometimes I don't know why I'm doing what I do. Excuse me. It's not a cookie cutter. Guys aren't cookie cutters. You know, we're not all one size fits all. Just like all women are one size fits all. They're not all the same. You know, just because you have the same hairdo or wear the same outfit doesn't mean you have anything in common with each other. I mean, I can give you a basis of why guys think the way they do, because at the root of it all, I understand. But then there's some guys that throw, like I said, that throw that curveball at you, and I don't know what the hell they're thinking. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.